Audio check 1 2 1 2. Audio check 1 2 1 2. All right, now it looks like we have audio. We are live. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. You're tuned into another episode of Bose Area 31 Gaming live on Twitch. And tonight we're playing Farming Simulator 25. And we're on the Riverbend Springs map, which is one of the three base game maps for Farming Simulator 25. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Once again, it's Saturday night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. You're tuned in to Bose 831 Gaming, playing Farming Simulator 25. We're on the Riverbend Springs map, which is one of the three base game maps for Farming Simulator 25. And without much further ado, we're going to jump right into it, whatever it is. I didn't jot down any notes, so I'm not 100% sure exactly where I was at when we jumped off on the last episode. So I'm kind of playing it by ear. I think we did mow the grass over here on. Yeah, we did mow the grass, but it's already growing back. We have a bad pH value and nitrogen levels here. Let's make sure that is the case. Yeah, yeah, we did mow the grass. So we should be looking at wherever. Let's go to our crop calendar and see what crops are coming up here. We're in the planting season for uh, most of your root crops, your spinach, sugar beet, sugar cane, sunflowers, soybeans, sorghum, rice, red beet, potatoes, poplar, peas, parsnips, olives, seed radish, oat. We don't have an oat field, do we know? Long grain rice, green beans, grass, always, grapes, corn, carrots. All right, we won't be able to plant barley, which we really do desperately need right now for our chickens until September. Holy moly! So we may need to look at putting down some other wheat uh, crops or some other grain crops to fill in the gap between time when we're out of barley. But we only grow barley for the purpose of feeding the chickens. Uh, where are we at in the growth cycle with our other crops? All right. Uh, wheat's growing on the combined fields of 6, 7, and 9. We got the root crops growing on 8, which I think is sugar beet, and then we have barley growing on field 2. So nothing else going on there. Taking a peek over our precision farming menu. We're showing a 70 over on field 2. We are zeroed out on our nitrogen levels for whatever reason with that field, so I don't know what's up with that. Numbers also back down across the board on all our fields except for uh, fields 8, 9, and 7. I don't know why we got such a disparity between 6, 7, and 9 with this environmental scores. We did the same thing on all the fields. I don't understand the way precision farming works at all. It's kind of annoying me. It almost makes me want to turn that off because it's more of a pain in the butt and than adding enjoyment to the game or even realism from what I can see, because it's not even consistent with what it does or is supposed to be doing. Uh, and I don't know if that's bugs or because of something I did or didn't do, but I'm consistent with what I do. All right. But with all that being said, first thing we're going to do is let's go over here and check on the project to see where we're at on our playground project. We ought to be close to having it done. There's a demand for 4,000 liters of planks and 6,000 liters of rope. So we need to pick those items up. We have In storage, neither of those items. We got about 1,600 liters of long planks and 1,000 liters of wood beam in storage at the playground. Toy tractor manufacturing hall, 10,000 long planks and 6,000 planks, but that shows up in the production chain menu, so we don't have to worry about monitoring that as much anymore, because we can just look at it from the production chain menu and see what's going on there. Okay, why can I not tab over? All right, yeah, we can look over here to the playground maker hall and see what's going on there, and that gives us the same information, so it'll be easier to see that from that menu than even having to hop over here. So we're not even going to worry about that. From now on, we'll just be checking out the playground maker, the playground menu, to see where we're at on that project. But we're almost done with all of them, so we can move on to a different map and start doing some different things. And so let's see. I still don't know what I want to do next. Oh yes, hello. Yeah, I do. We already know. We already had it out up, didn't we? So we already have a load of planks that we were having hauled over to the playground maker. I didn't even realize that. So we really are picking up from where we left off on the last episode. I'll drop these planks off, and then go grab some rope and drop that off, and then hopefully that'll be the last stage on the playground, or at least close to the last stage, and we can go ahead and finish this project and move on to the next thing. Alright, so let's drive through and just drop them all off, really. We're going to unload everything that we have and see what that gets us. Alright, so there. There. It's another $6. We get paid $6,706 for each load or drop off. That's another $3,553. And now if we go and look at the required materials menu, you can see we have over 4,000 planks. So we've met the requirements for the planks. We just need to go buy some rope, deliver some rope. We need 6,000 liters of rope. So that's our next objective, and we'll go buy that from the shop in the town, and then we'll bring that back over here to the playground and deliver those materials as well. So that's our next objective. I think I did go over in the last episode now about Giants announcing the Highlands expansion that's coming on November the 4th for Farming Simulator 25. And one of the big highlights there is that's going to add fishing into the game, and that could be interesting. We're also going to have boats, but there hasn't been a lot of details on how either of those things are going to work, other than there will be fish farms. And you will also be able to use your avatar and go fishing with your avatar as well. So we'll be able to, like how this bridge right here, we're coming across this bridge, as I understand it, based on the preview, we'll be able to pull up off a bridge and fish off bridges as well as an individual. Or we could go out on a fishing boat, and we could also farm fish. So lots of details as we get closer to November, and I think they're also supposed to do some kind of feature at FarmCon. I think Giants is at FarmCon this upcoming week, and so we'll probably get some more news about that Highlands fishing expansion that's coming in November of this year. So just be on the lookout for that. Go to the farmingsimulator.com website, check that out. You can find lots of additional information on that expansion. If you are subscribed to the purchase the season pass like I did, that will, when that update does come to the game, you'll get that free of charge. It's included in part of the season pass package. If not, then you'll have to purchase the expansion pack separately. And I'm not 100% on the pricing, so I don't want to give you any misrepresented numbers on that. Again, go to the Farming Simulator website and check out that and find out additional information about the expansion, or also on the game page on the Xbox store. But I am kind of a little bit excited just to see what additions that adds to the game, what elements I might add to the game to kind of open it up a little bit. Although I'm also of the thought process that there's still a great many things, in my opinion, that Giants can do to improve a lot of other things in the base game. And so there's other stuff that I wish they would add, or just look into adding or making more dynamic with the base game as well. But it's good to have an expansion and be able to do some different things in the game as well. So looking forward to that expansion. I'm optimistic that with that in the future, that they'll look at adding some other new features to the existing game and gameplay as well down the line. And the big one that you guys have heard me gripe about for a while here is just having fields that are more dynamic, especially when it comes to merging fields. If that was all dynamic, and when you merge fields, the numbers updated dynamically, the maps updated dynamically, which they did kind of incorporate that. But the field numbers, the map, all of that, the heads-up display, if all of that was fully integrated in dynamics, so when you actually merged the field, the game treated it as it was a merged field and did not have those individual field numbers and field details locked in and all that stuff actually updated dynamically, that would be super cool. All right, so we need to get some rope. I'm trying to have to find it in the menu. If I'm going the right direction. There we go, rope, and 6,000 years. I hope I don't want to under order. All right, let's pick up these rope pallets. I'll get them loaded on the trailer, and we'll see. Hopefully we didn't miss. Oops. Alright. And we'll just get all of these loaded on to our truck and then take them up to the playground. And then we just have to wait on the construction to continue. One more. It's also kind of throwing me off. You have some pallets that are lighter color wood, and then other pallets that are dark brown. some reason the game is trying to kick me up in the air. I don't know what that's all about. There we go. And pallets loaded. Let's strap everything down. And hopefully that's all we'll need for this current stage. That stuff is pretty expensive. I think I made a wrong turn there, Glad. So let me back up here. Yeah, I need to go this way. Got totally disoriented there. Right, yeah, this farm is in this direction up here. Compass on the screen, so I don't know if they particularly know which directions are north, south, east, and west. Alright, as we pass through nearby the main farm on our way to drop off our boat to the playground. We'll make a left turn wide, but not that left turn, this left turn. And that's a rolling stop. Alright, we reached the playground. Making it. Let's go ahead and unload our rope delivery. and we got our money back that we paid for the rope and then some, with 35,950, 23,966, and 11,983 for those getting paid for those deliveries. And the rope is being utilized, so we're all good on the production now. So we can just go ahead and drive back over to the main farm in advance time and see where we're at with this project. Alright, we gotta make our way back to the main farm. Probably be good to do a little bit of vehicle maintenance and just check on everything. And then we'll go ahead and advance to the next day. I don't think we have any other stuff going on that we need to take care of right now. We've already tended to the animals, we've already tended to our production chain, so it should be good to go. Alright, we made our way back to the main farm. And let's go ahead and some quick vehicle maintenance. So let's pull over in the workshop real quick. Make sure all our equipment is in top shape. And let's do some repairs and repaints and cleanups. There. In some cases, the game is not giving us an option for repair. We'll just take that into consideration as we go through everything. And now that our vehicles are repaired, now we can go park this trailer. Alright, trying to get figured out here. Where am I gonna park? Let's turn around this way. The trailer doesn't have a very wide turning radius, does it? Go ahead and hop out. We'll move over to the main farmhouse and advance time. I think we're good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and sleep. Hopefully we didn't forget anything or miss anything significant. Sawmill's back down to 77% wood, so we'll need to drop a tree into the sawmill here in just a moment. All right, let's go ahead and do that now. First thing first. And just grab one of the trees from our mini tree farm here. Chainsaw power enabled. I don't know why I never even tried utilizing a tractor and a winch for this setup here, but this is always more fun. All right, let's get this tree down the hill here. Yeah, don't need it to do much, just get right on that trigger a little bit. And that should be enough in theory. Got him. And that gives us another 10% to 88%. So we can go grab another tree. Chopping it up till we get what we need. This is another solid cut. All right, timber, and let's grab this street and get it over to the sawmill. But that's all we need. Don't have to fuss and fight too much. Yeah. Done. And looking at the numbers, that gives us our 99%. Perfect. All right, and we'll keep those pallets where they're at for now. We don't need the money. We don't need to have anywhere we need to deliver them. I don't think. One other thing I forgot to do. Let's go ahead and do that now. We forgot to turn on the conveyor belt for the cement production visit. Let's see. Conveyor belt. Start engine. Turn on conveyor belts. And now it should be automatic. And now let's take a peek at our playground production and see how we're doing over there. Is it? And still going through the planks and the rope. We can also, in our production change menu, we know we can always drop off some pallets on the playground maker. Can take planks and a few long planks, but mostly planks is what we're looking for here. So let's go over here to this bad boy, unfold it, and grab as many planks. We'll grab planks and long planks pallets, but we really just need plank pallets. Let's grab some planks real quick. We got a stack on this. Let's wear this. That way is to be the right stack, yeah. This game and its cameras is so tricky sometimes. There, drop that one. And we already had another one spawn in. Ooh. Drop that one. And one more. And welcome to a production chain delivery simulator. I'm your host, Antonio. All right, there's 4. And we could probably grab one long plank pallet, but we don't really need one. And we had another planks pallets spawn in, so we'll grab that one for sure. All right, how many is that? That's five plank pallets, and we just need one long planks pallet, and that will be that's wood beam. Rip and crack. This is long planks. Everything strapped in, and then go make a delivery. All right, looking good. Hold it up. Turn around, and let's go make a delivery. All right, we're back at the playground maker with another load of equipment. And this time, this is right. This is for the toy tractor and not the playground maker, so not a mistake. All right, now let's unload. Give it all you got. Took everything and put except for that small portion of the long planks pallet, but we'll pull that out. We'll leave that on deck, and it can pick that up when it needs it. All right, so that's all of our deliveries for today. make sure we're going the right direction. Alright, crash counter or +1 right to the edge of the bridge. Check out the caution sign and everything. Alright. And making our way back to the main farm. Train passes by. Alright, that's rough, but there it is. Delivery complete. Let's check our animals. I don't believe any of them to be in dire need right now because we just topped them off recently. Alright, check our fields. Shouldn't have anything coming up on ready to harvest anytime soon. Let me double check the crop calendar though. Barley's growing. Back over to the crop reports. 71. Why is that one saying 71? For nitrogen. In fact, that's on both of these, right? That one is saying hitting us on pH value a little bit. And 70 is all nitrogen. So, nitrogen is the issue. Let's grab a tractor here. And a fertilizer spreader. We'll do liquid fertilizer this time, just so that it's just fine. tractor have the Asara set up on it? I don't know if it does. I don't think it does. So this is how we do this thing. Tank off. Front tank. Asara, the weight with the Asara Pro on it. And let's go test out some theories here. First, let's load up with some liquid fertilizer. No, picked the wrong thing. We need fertilizer. See if we can try to figure out what's going on with this other field here. It's saying 70%. Why? Unload the Asara Pro. Oops. Unload fertilizer spreader. And if we hire a worker, does anything happen? Okay, they do go through the motions. Okay, so we'll see if this makes any difference at all. The worker appears to be trying to do something, although all of this is set to automatically distribute, so that happens automatically, and there's nothing else for us to do but just kind of watch. We'll probably only use maybe 1% of our fertilizer. And with our fertilizer usage, I don't think we're going to get much higher than that. All right, we've jumped up to a whopping 98%. All right, that's one field down. That's reportedly giving us trouble. Let's go over here to the southern grass field and see if we can work some similar magic over there. All right, we can actually see some visual changes here, so definitely doing something here. coming through the liquid fertilizer makes a big difference on the grass field and the SARA process. And I'm just letting the worker automatically do this field. I'm also just kind of paying attention to how decides to work the field and which direction he goes. It seems like he missed a major spot there in the middle of the field and another area on the field, and I'm wondering if he's going to go back and touch up those spots. But we can clearly see those orange areas on the field that he did not fertilize for whatever randomized reasons. And I'm wondering if he's going to go back and finish doing those spots that he clearly missed. It looks like he decides to work the inside of the field first and then come back and do the outer edges of the field, or the headlands as they're more commonly referred to. And one thing I think, as I think I've talked about a little bit during this series, is between Farming Simulator 22 and Farming Simulator 25, the worker AI has been improved from Farming Simulator 22 quite a bit, but it still has a lot to be desired in some areas, but definitely major leaps in AI behavior between 22 and 25, and some of the things you could do 25 that you couldn't even think about doing in Farming Simulator 22. Again, another big spot back there. I wonder if the worker's going to go touch those up, or I got to go back and touch those up manually. Thinking it'll be the second choice, but we'll see. No, there goes the sand. And there it is. Worker says he's completed his task. I disagree, but we'll go ahead and turn on the sprayer. And touch up the spots that he clearly missed. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Since it's on auto, I don't know if it'll cover those areas, so I gotta force it to do so manually. There's two big dips right in the middle of the field that he just totally ignored. Actually, a few of them here, and I'm not understanding that at all. No. Alright, sprayer's not spraying on those areas that are in the orange, so I don't know what to do with that. Alright, so I'm gonna just leave it alone. Still weird though. Alright, see the hire worker on this field, and let's see what he comes up with on this field. Alright, the worker seems to be doing something. I don't know what, but he seems to be doing something. Alright, where are we? hour and 11 minutes. So, and again, it's one of those situations where the worker is putting down some fertilizer, not a lot, but they are putting down a small percentage of fertilizer. And I hate that we have such really exciting and riveting content tonight, but trying to get this precision farming stuff sorted out here. Probably won't do a whole lot of it on this live stream, but definitely in preparation for what we end up doing on the upcoming Alma, Missouri series. All right. And nothing else going on that we could be doing while the worker is doing his thing, is it? Let's see what the animals are looking like. Baba black sheep, okay. Big side, okay. Chicken coop, okay. Water buffalo, okay. Sheep on large, okay. Hmm. It's all okay all the way around. So we're oh shoot, we got to return in the mower. I was wondering what that other lease charge was for. Whoops, we're just throwing away money. Hmm. All right, 44%. So they're using some of the they're actually using some of the liquid fertilizer to touch up certain areas of the field. All that being said, field 2 is still showing as 70. Uh, and these all my grass fields are in the 60s and the 70s still. Network is still going strong. Alright, next up, let's go do our root crop viewer and see if it's the same activity with the sensor on it. Alright, here we go, higher worker. And let's see what he does. had the worker touch up on all our fields allegedly. The precision farming information doesn't look like it's updating at all. I'm going to go ahead and unload our leftover liquid fertilizer. Here we go. And we'll tend to the animals in the next cycle. Let's go ahead and jump out. Turn the tractor off. Let's see. Ready for our regular maintenance? Yeah. And that's how we keep all our equipment working like new. Okay. Go ahead and sleep in advance time. And the fields have not updated at all, so that's lovely. That's crazy. That makes no sense. And that's our growth situation. We're at the sawmill, checking on its supplies. 89%. Let's see what our playground is doing. Still working through the materials that we provided. And over on that playground maker. 9% on the planks. 90% on the long planks. All right. So one thing we could probably do on the sawmill here, where are we at? Let's switch up the production. We could actually turn, because we don't need any wood beam right now, so we can actually go ahead and turn that one off. Okay, and one of the points by wood beam, we can go ahead and get that cleared out. Let's see here. Prices. Let's see. Says you can sell like to sell everything. Boy, let's go. Test that out. I can just grab one and walk it over just to see theoretically. I haven't removed that sale point yet. All right, yeah, okay. 315, okay. We'll take it. And let's take all the wood beams out of here because we're gonna clear all that out. Now we're in demand for them. We're just stacking them up. Don't need to be stacking them up right now. So what is required. Our current production projects. And we should spit out more plank pallets and long plank pallets as a result of this change. And that impact almost immediately, actually. All right, let's go maximize our profits, and then we'll go feed the animals. And that'll probably be where we'll wrap it up at today. That's 53.15. Let's see, we're seeing that environmental score bonus when we sell there, but not to our shops in game. That's weird. Just missing it because that's my first time seeing that. And that was showing up in our shops, but it's not been showing up lately. And I don't know if I was thinking it was glitched or something, but there it is. Environmental score bonus, $481. I thought it was something that had been taken away as a result of a game update or something. Here. No, it's just starting to mess with me. That's good. You're welcome. Camera mess is aggravating me. So we got much of a pain in it, but just to walk these little these little pallets up there. What it is. Go on there, hold it up. $1,630. 962 bonus. That's some decent cash flow right there. that load up. That's the 10,000, 5,000, and 1,443 bonus. So our bank account is at 4.5 million overall. So we can go ahead and start loading this up with planks primarily. There's one long planks pallet. Just one. Eventually. And this is probably when we're going to wrap it up at today too, as we're coming up to the end of tonight's episode. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, checking me out. You've been tuned in to another episode of Jose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. Tonight we've been playing Farming Simulator 25 on the Riverbend Springs map, which is one of the 3 base game maps in Farming Simulator 25. Working primarily on our playground project and supplies for it. Trying to figure out what's going on with our precision farming, and our nitrogen readings are so bad on the fields when we are supplying all adequate nitrogen. I still don't understand what's going on there. Same thing with our pH readings and why we don't have higher scores on our fields in general. I understand that you can no longer have perfect scores in precision farming in 25 like we did in 22, but it's still a bit annoying to me how to get even your scores, even decent scores at a basic level in the game when you're doing everything you're supposed to. And other than plant line fertilizer, there's nothing else you can do. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Yep, but not gonna stress over it. Okay. Jose 831 Gaming on most of the social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. Wherever it is you run across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you don't. Episodes of my Twitch live stream series are uploaded to my YouTube channel, typically in their entirety. Wherever it is you run across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also hit the notification icon. That way you'll be notified when I place any new content. You can stay in the mix, in the loop, or wherever they want to call it, whatever the kids are calling it these days. It's all the rage. That's about it. I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? Get tuned in to Jose 831 Gaming live on Twitch, Farming Simulator 25, Riverbend Springs. And we are out of here. I want everyone to have a good night. I hope you had a happy 4th of July or Independence Day holiday here in the Americas. And even if you're not in America, it's still giving you the same wish. We're just going to ride on out here for the next minute or two. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone. see it right there. We made the sales, but we can see any environmental score bonus. So I don't know what the deal is with that. So I think one of the game updates, most recent game updates, might have broke that on this particular map. I wonder if it's just for the playground or for all of the sale points on the map that are not modded. Oh, shoot. Oh, I forget. Lost track of the time there. I've already logged off and I'm still on here talking. All right. Cutting out now. I will catch you all on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone.